All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Big News from MotivationNation.com, your home for everything money low. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Motor YouTube channel. And today we got our week. We got our week. What is this? Week 11. Week 11 NFL reactions. There was a lot of good games this week, so we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. Make sure you guys do like, subscribe right here to the YouTube channel. We're on our way to 70 subscribers. As well, join the Discord and share this channel to your whoever you have just to support and grow this channel even more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it going. We have a lot of good games to react this week, um, so yeah, let's get right into it. All right. The first game that we were going to be reacting to was Thursday Night Football. Of course, we got the Bengals at the Ravens. I thought the Ravens played really well in this one. I didn't think either team performed pretty bad in this one. I'll give. I mean, besides the Joe Burrow injury, I'll give the Bengals a B, and I'll give Baltimore an A. All right, so starting with Joe Burrow, he was really good. 17, a touchdown. Even though he lost 20 to 34, but this was honestly an acceptable performance in my opinion from Cincy. Running game is kind of lousy there. Receiving game is also kind of lousy. Also, Jamar Chase only had 212. Somehow he scored a touchdown off of that. And their defense, give their defense a little bit of credit. I know they allowed 34 points, but they did get 3 sacks and picked off Lamar. Actually, no, they didn't pick off Lamar. Meanwhile, looking at Baltimore, another good performance out of them. It wasn't the best performance, like it wasn't a S tier performance because they did kind of slump a little bit, but it's all right. I mean, Baltimore just played Baltimore's game here. I mean, there's just really, I mean, it's glad to see Odell Beckham Jr. back in rhythm. He had 4 for 116. He had no touchdowns, but he looked like he was back in rhythm. And then the defense played absolutely amazing. They got 5 sacks. They didn't get a pick up, but they forced a fumble. Like, I mean, they didn't force a fumble, but you know, what I mean. But anyway, this was a really good performance out of both of these two teams. But I really like Baltimore's performance even more. So well done, great Thursday night game. All right, next we got the Seahawks at the Rams. I knew that the Rams were going to win this game. I knew it was going to happen. But I don't think the team need a. I don't think I'll give both teams C's. I'll give both C's. All right, so starting out with Gino, he did pretty good while I think he did get injured real quick. He had 22 for 34, a touchdown. Uh, Rushing, not too good for Seattle there. Receiving, everybody got involved in Seattle. I was kind of worried, especially DK Metcalf. He had that long bomb at the beginning of the game, and he had the only receiving touchdown. And their defense did not do as productive as I thought they were going to be at the end. So yes, I would give Seattle a C. It was just a solid performance. Meanwhile, for the Rams, I can say the same thing. This was a solid performance. Matthew Stafford, 17 to 31, touchdown to pick. Um, Rushing, Royce Freeman, 17 to 73. Oh, that's okay, I guess. Darrell Henderson got six for 1 yard and touchdown. That's something you don't see that often. Puka got our receiving touchdown. He also got 5 for 70, but Cooper Kupp did get injured again, which is kind of concerning. But and our defense did good again. Our defense is, I told you, our defense is not the problem. It's mainly our offense. But luckily, we got a missed field goal. That's how we won the game. But anyway, I think it was both lousy performances for both teams. All right, now we got the Steelers at the Browns. I'm gonna give both teams a D tier. I just wasn't a big fan of these two performances. I mean, I can talk about both teams at the same time because both teams really did the same thing. I mean, besides here, the rushing game, Thompson had, Thompson, 24 43, 165, and an interception. Kenny Pickett did not look good in this game, 15 for 28, only for 106. No touchdowns or no interceptions. Now I can say the same thing for here for rushing. Pittsburgh's rushing basically relied on one person, while Cleveland's rushing relied on everybody. So you can say that rushing was not good for both teams. And then the only reason why both of these two teams get out of the F tier is because of both defenses, especially the Browns. The Browns had 3 sacks. The Browns did really good Both teams did a really good job protecting the football, but basically your defense is the only two reasons why you two are not in the F tier right now. So that's the only reason. But besides that, it was a pretty lousy game. All right, next we got the Bears at the Lions. This is a game that I'm giving more credit to the Bears. I know the Lions won this game, and I don't know how they won this game, but I'm giving more credit to the Bears than the Lions. I'm gonna give the Lions a B tier, and I'm actually gonna put Chicago in it. You don't really see this that often when I do this, but I'm giving the losers more respect than the winners. So starting off with the Bears, once again, I gave them more respect because they did force Jared Goff to throw 3 interceptions in this game, and they forced and the joint Lions turned over the ball 4 times, which took over like a major hit of this game. So that's why I got to get the Bears in A tier. I really like how they perform defensively, and their offense looked better with Justin Fields on the floor. Um, so I'll give Chicago their credit there. I do think they get an A tier for me this week. But the Lions, they get a B. I was not impressed in this Lions performance. They could have done a lot of things better in this game, like not turning the ball over, capitalizing off a third down. The Lions turned over the ball way too much, but you have to give them credit. You got to give them credit where it's due. They found a way to come back and win this game. So good job, Detroit. Well done. Sloppy game out of you guys, Detroit, but not bad overall. All right, next we have the Chargers at the Packers. I'm giving the Chargers a D tier, man. Like this game that game was just bad. We'll go C and D. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert, he didn't perform that bad. 24-36, 260, 2 touchdowns. Was a good performance. Rushing, Austin Eckler kind of struggled. Was only 10 for 64. Rushing, receiving, King Allen 10 for 116. But besides that, really nobody did anything in this one. Chargers turned over the ball way too many times in this game, but once again, that kind of upgrades because of their defense. Their defense actually performed pretty well in this game, only allowing 23 points, but whatever. Anyway, Jordan Love actually performed better in this game than I thought Justin Herbert did. He had 27 for 42 touchdowns. Rushing, Green Bay didn't really rush the ball a lot, but in this game, but they didn't really pass the long ball either. I mean, Daniel Vick had 3 for 91. It looks like just everybody got involved with Green Bay in the receiving end. Green Bay also turned over the ball. That's why I can't give them too much credit. And then their defense did perform well enough to keep the Chargers out of it. So I don't know what to really say about this. I think it was just a really okay performance out of both teams. Like I don't know what to say. Like I really have nothing to talk about. All right, next we got the Raiders at the Dolphins. I'm giving both teams a B tier. Here. All right, so take it off with the Raiders. I know Aiden O'Connell really struggled in this game. Josh Jacobs also struggled in this game, only 14 for 39 yards, seriously. But here's the thing for the Raiders, right? One, I give credit to the Raiders defense. The Raiders defense allowed Miami to score the fewest points they had all year. And that's 20. And that's really good for Miami, though. It looks like the fewest amount of scores 20 points. Yeah, that's good. But just for Miami, I do think they do take a couple points down because I just expected them to score a little bit more than what they did. I expect their offense to flow as much as I thought. But they are undefeated at home. The Raiders only won one road game this year. Monster did struggle in this game, and he only had 22 for 86 as well in this game. Tua also threw a pick, but he had 2 touchdowns. He threw for 325 yards, so I can't complain about it. But yeah, this is just a game that I just expected more out of Miami. But I have to give more credit to the Raiders for losing, so I do think the Raiders get beat for that reason. All right, next we have the Giants at the Commanders. I'm putting the Commanders in F tier, and I'll put the Giants in A tier. I'll put them in A tier. Starting off with the Giants, this was easily your best performance this year, and it's not even close. I mean, Tom Thibodeau, I don't know where the hell this man came from, but he got 18 for 26 and 3 touchdowns. Are you serious? I mean, the Giants' offense just looked better with him in the pocket. Like I was not expecting this. They just looked better. It just looked better with him in the pocket. So let's see if he does that next week. Let's see what happens. But yeah, New York, give the Giants defense a lot of credit too in this game. Give them a lot of credit. Meanwhile, for Washington, this has to be one of the most embarrassing performances I've seen you guys play as a team so far this year. Your team has struggled. Sam Howell struggled. Running game struggled. Receiving game, everybody got involved but didn't really do much. You guys turn over the ball like so many times, like it's unpredictable. And then in your defense, your defense played well, but still, it's still an F tier. It was just an embarrassing performance out of the Giants. Ever since, their defense allowed 31 points, but they also did a really good job with defensive end. But besides that, I just expected a lot more out of Washington here. I really did. So that's again an F tier for me. All right, next we have the Cowboys and the Panthers. All right, I'm not going to take too much time about this because this game was just an absolute ass whooping, as you guys can tell. There's really nothing to look at here. Now it's just kicking shit out of them. So I guess we can move on. We don't really have to talk that one, right? All right, next up we have the Titans at the Jaguars, and once again I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about this because this one was also an absolute ass whooping. Yeah, I think the Titans get enough. Actually no. They get a D. They don't get enough. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it was just a masterclass for them. Great bounce back for Jacksonville. I really like how their offense flew in this game through the Titans' defense, and Jacksonville's defense also performed pretty well in this game as well. Could give Jacksonville a lot of credit. I thought their performance was really good. They were destructive. Their offense wasn't fluid. It was back in rhythm. Like I saw the Jaguars in this one. Look at the Titans. They continued to not win a road game this year, but one thing positive about them is they're heading home next week, and they only lost one home game next week. So we'll see if I pick them there. Will Levis had 2 touchdowns though. Receiving game was pretty bad. Receiving game is also pretty bad, but the Titans just got smacked. Okay, it's just plain and simple. But the only reason why I'm keeping you guys out of the D tier is because out of the F tier is just because I just thought Will Levis performed good, and your offense at least scored 14 points to at least save some of the blowouts. So you know what I mean. So I think they do get a D tier. All right, next we have the Cardinals at the Texans, and I told you guys this game was not going to be a blowout. I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be some type of entertaining fun. But do I give the Cardinals some credit? I'm going to give the Cardinals some credit here. I do think they get a B. I'm going to put the Texans at A, but I do... No. Actually, never mind. Both teams get a B. Both teams get a B for me. I thought both teams performed really good in this game. C.J. Stroud kind of struggled. He did have 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but Kyler Murray also had a touchdown in the pick. Like I said, Arizona's rushing basically relied on everybody. So for Kyler Murray had 551, James Conner had 14 for 62, but Devin Singletary had 22 for 122 and a touchdown. Kyler Murray had a rushing touchdown for you guys and also a passing touchdown. He threw it out to Amore for 1 reception for 48 yards. Wow. Dalton Schultz got a touchdown for Texans, and Bank Hill also had a touchdown. He had 8 for 149 and a touchdown. And good credit to both defenses. Both defenses also played really good in this game. So I think it was just a good, solid performance out of both teams. I can't really say much. So definitely not a bad performance out of both teams there. All right, next we have the Buccaneers at the 49ers, and this game was not a blowout. So I'll give Tampa Bay some respect there. They only lost by 13 points. I'm gonna give them the C tier. Because one thing I did do, I did expect it. I expect the Buccaneers to get their ass whooped here by like 20, almost 30 points, but they didn't. So, and plus their defense was productive. They got 4 sacks. They allowed 27 points, but they got 4 sacks. San Francisco turned the ball 1 time on them. So I thought Tampa Bay did really good defensively on them. It's just when their offense needed to come through, they just couldn't do it. Meanwhile, looking at San Francisco, another strong offensive performance I saw out of them. Their defense looks good. Chase Young had a sack. Nick Bosa also had a sack. So they're credit to the 49ers. They play well in this one, and D tier and A tier. All right, next we have the Bills at the Jets, and once again, we're not really going to talk about this one because we all know what I'm going to put into this one. Jets performance. I knew you guys, especially coming off that loss against who do you guys play? The Raiders that you guys should have won. I knew this was going to be a meltdown. I predicted this game to be 28-14, but I did not expect you to only score 6 points. We are looking at the Bills. They look like themselves again. I love what I saw out of this team. Today. The defense looks alive. Their offense looks alive. I like how they looked. So yeah, give credit to the Bills. The Bills looked amazing in this game and just kicked the shit out of them for 24 hours. All right, next up we got the Vikings at the Broncos, and this was a very entertaining game. Very entertaining. It was really fun to watch. I might get both teams. I'm gonna get the Vikings B, but I like what Denver put out as a performance. I'm gonna give them the A tier for Denver in this one. Yeah, we'll give Denver an A tier. We'll give them an A tier. Defense was very productive for Denver. I thought only allowing the Vikings to score 20 points. Give credit to them on the offensive end in the receiving game. Russell Wilson also had a strong performance, 27-35, 259 a touchdown. Meanwhile, look at the Vikings. Not a bad performance for you guys either. Joshua Dobbs did throw a kind of bad interception, but he also did have a touchdown. Alexander Madison kind of struggled in this game. Joshua Dobbs had the rushing touchdown for you guys. Josh Oliver had the receiving touchdown, but I think you guys should get Justin Jefferson back. I think, that also takes some points down because you guys didn't turn over the ball way too much. And your defense didn't even perform that bad, so I think it was just a solid B tier performance out of you guys. All right, and last but not least, we got the Chiefs and the Eagles. Eagles, thank you. This may have not been the best performance out of Philadelphia. I'm giving both teams a B tier here. I'm gonna drop the Chiefs a C. I'm gonna drop it to C. Meanwhile, just look at the Eagles. Like I said, Jalen Hurts kind of struggling in this game. 14-22, 150 in the pick, but Philadelphia just hung in the moment. I knew they were going to win this game. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew it was going to be close like this, but I knew Philadelphia was going to win, and I paid the price for it. Well, I didn't pay the price. I kind of won. I won it. Anyway, this was just a strong performance out of Philadelphia. It may not have been the best performance, but it was at least good enough to get them the edge to win this game. So thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you for taking on the Chiefs. Meanwhile, looking at the Chiefs, not a bad performance out of you guys either. Patrick Mahomes, 43, the touchdown in the pick. Rushing was pretty decent. Receiving, okay. Receiving, it looks like you revived on everyone. In your defense, outworked Philadelphia's defense, but it was a factor with Philadelphia just hung into the moment and beat them. So give a lot of credit to Philadelphia. You guys are the best team in the NFL. All right, and that is my week 11 NFL reactions. Make sure you guys do like, subscribe right here to my YouTube channel. We are back here tomorrow with my week 12 NFL predictions. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Peace out.